Hi, I'm Paul Wilson. I'm the creator of Swing Machine Golf and the director of the Paul Wilson Golf School at Bears Best Las Vegas. In this tip, I want to talk about the weight distribution throughout our whole golf swing. First off, we want to look at our address position, then we want to look at the top of the backswing, impact, and then our follow-through position. Okay, so let's start with our setup position. As far as our setup is concerned, we want our weight 50-50 between the feet. And yes, I know there's people that want you to favor your right side when you do your address position. I don't want you to do that because we don't hit the golf ball going back. So I want you at 50-50. If you favor this side, you're presetting your whole body on a tilt, which is going to make you tilt too much as you come through the shot. Okay, so we're going to start 50-50. We're going to get this tilt by unwinding properly with our lower body. So I don't need you to pre-tilt in the beginning. So we're going to be at 50-50 as far as left and right is concerned. Now, take a look at the toes versus the heels. Okay, you want your weight in the middle of your feet. So to get that, you can just rock back and forth. If you rock back and forth a little bit, you'll feel where your laces are. Well, that's where we want to be balanced with our feet. Okay, now we also have to take a look at the inside or outside of our feet. So here, if you've got your knees knocked in, you're going to feel the weight on the instep. And if you've got your knees turned out, you're going to feel it on the outside of your feet. So we want our knees basically straight ahead, but not knocked in. So in that position, we're going to feel our feet level to the ground or planted level as we do our setup. Okay, so we don't want to be on the inside or the outside of our feet. We want the soles of our shoes flush on the ground at 50-50. Okay, now as we go into the top of the backswing position, from 50-50, I'm going to move to 80 and then 20. Okay, 80-20. Now, the weight distribution itself will be on the instep heel area of this back foot. Now, a good way to feel that is to just pick up a ball like this and make a throwing motion with the ball. So I guarantee you, if you go to throw this ball, you will feel the weight on the instep heel of that back foot. See, we already know how to do these moves. It's just in golf, the ball is stationary, so we have to tell ourselves to do it. We've already done this a million times before. So if you've ever thrown a ball, you have loaded into this back foot, and then you've used that to make the throwing motion. So this is the same place we want to go to when we're in our golf swing. So try throwing a ball, and that'll give you the feeling of where the weight is, and it's on the instep heel at about 80%. Okay, so if I go like this, I go into the backswing. Okay, I feel the weight right now, 80% on the instep heel. A good way to get that is to just take the club to the top like this, and you can bounce a little bit on this leg. If you bounce a little bit, then you'll feel the weight on that side. So that's where we're trying to get that balance point. You're trying to memorize this spot at the very top of your swing so that you feel the weight over here. Okay, we definitely don't want the weight on our left at the top of our backswing, because if we do, our whole body will be tilted to the left, and that's going to spell disaster. You are going to hit the ball, you're going to come over the top, you're going to hit pulls and even slices from there. Okay, so we want the weight going over to this back leg, and we want it 80%. Now, as the club comes down towards impact, what we're trying to do here is, from right at this moment in time, we're going to be gradually shifting our weight. So from here, it's 80%, it's 70%, it's 60%, then it switches to 70, or a minimum of 70-30 as you're hitting the golf ball. Okay, so what I don't want you to do is to go up at the top like this and then shift. Okay, we don't want to be shifting up here. We want to be turning, because we're going to be trying to take this leg and we're going to try and touch the other leg to get into our finish position. And I covered that in a previous lesson. So if I go from here and I try to take this leg and touch that leg, my weight has to shift because I can't get to this position with my feet flat on the ground. Okay, so if I'm here, my weight just shifted and I didn't even think about shifting it. So I thought about turning by taking this leg and trying to touch the other leg. So in that process, my weight shifted. So there's many people that ask, why do I want the legs physically touching in the follow through? Well, there's a good reason for you. If you touch your legs, you had to have shifted your weight. So that's a good position to work on. You want to be up here, and you want to be thinking about touching your legs together when you're done. That'll help you shift your weight. Okay, so when we're at the top of our swing, we're 80-20. We're not thinking shift anymore. We're not thinking shift. We're not thinking bump our hips. We're not thinking, up here. We're just thinking about turning our lower body, because we're trying to take this leg to touch that leg. In that process, the weight will shift through impact. Will be upwards of 70% at the moment we're hitting the ball, if not more than that. And then from there, the club will go continue on. Our weight will move to 90% and 10% on the back leg. When we're in the finish position and we feel the weight over here, our weight will be from the heel to the baby toe here on the outside edge of this foot. And yes, it's okay if we roll up onto the outside edge here. This left foot or forward foot doesn't have to be flat on the ground. It can roll so that you're balanced on the outside edge. Okay? So it's pretty simple. We get to the top like this. We're 80-20. Then we're trying to touch our legs together, which gets us to shift our weight. We're now balanced over the forward leg at 90 and 10 on the outside edge and on the very tip of this toe. Okay, so we're not feeling a lot of pressure here. The foot's about 10% just so that we are in balance. That's all. Okay, so hopefully you understand that. Definitely try to work on that in practice swings. Okay, so on a nightly basis, just get an old golf club and just start doing practice swings. Do your setup position, try to feel your weight. Go to the top, feel it here, 80%, instep, heel, great, got it. Coming through impact, I really wouldn't worry about this too much because it's going to be very difficult for you to get into this exact position. It happens so fast in a golf swing, it's like blink of an eye. So I would be concerned more with getting from the top of the backswing to the finish position. If you do that, you're going to shift the weight all on your own, or all on its own. You won't even have to think about it. Okay? So hopefully you've got that. Do the practice swings, then apply it to your actual shots. Okay? Please ask your questions, post your comments below. I'll try to get to as many as I can.